Thanks. Feel the same way as you. Right? I love that. Burning.
Hi, sweetheart.
All right, good morning, everyone. This is Amanda. It's 7 a.m. Time for some good morning yoga. Because it is morning and you probably haven't eaten yet, we're going to start out in a restorative pose on our belly. So if you have a blanket or a pillow, you can roll it up. I have my blanket folded 4 times so that it's still kind of flat but has a little bit of thickness to it. And then you're going to lay your belly on the blanket or the pillow. So that's right in between your hip bones and your rib bones. And then stack one hand on top of the other. Put your forehead on your hands. And allow yourself to get a little heavy, especially around your belly, your hips, and your ribs. So you start to sink into that very gentle pressure of the blanket. And take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Again, deep breath in and out through your mouth. And once more, fill up. And sigh. And then seal your lips and breathe in and out through your nose. And really exaggerate your inhale. So you feel its fullness, you feel it pressing down into the ground. It's like the fullness of the full moon today. Each inhale like the swell of a wave, full of potential. One more breath here, nice and big. And then you're going to prop yourself up onto your forearms. So the direction of the pressure in your belly changes. You're in Sphinx pose. And then press into your forearms, pull your heart through, but gently relax your head so that you get a little stretch in the back of your neck, just waking up the spine a bit. But keep pulling your heart toward your chin. So your collarbones stay broad. And again, in this shape, find that full inhale. Your belly swelling with breath. Maybe you feel that your low back can relax and breathe a little too. One more breath here, all the way up your spine. And then lift your head and look forward. If you feel that your hip bones are on the blanket or pillow, just scoot yourself back till your hip bones are just off the edge of the blanket or pillow. And you're going to widen your hands so they're about as wide as your mat. And maybe you hover your elbows and then really grip down and pull your heart through. Let your low belly press into that blanket, spread across your low back. And take a few breaths here, just activating the muscles in your back, making the back bend a little bit bigger than the Sphinx pose. And again, breathe fully into your belly. In virtue of your lungs filling, your diaphragm presses down and expands the abdominal cavity. You feel that. One more breath. Lower yourself all the way down. You're going to press yourself back to child's pose. Move all the props out of the way. Get really long from your fingertips to your hip bones, fingertips to sit bones. Now that pressure in your belly can come from your thighs. We're starting off really slow this morning. It'll be a slow build, a slow waking up of the whole body to become embodied. And then roll up your spine. Feel free to sit on that blanket or pillow or grab yourself a block. Sitting in hero's pose or in sukhasana, easy pose, cross-legged. And then to start, bring your hands onto your thighs and start to make circles with your hips in the clockwise direction. So you start to experience that watery, lunar nature of your pelvic bowl, of your sacral chakra. And you can start to match your breath. So every inhale, you spin up the front, up the left, and every exhale, you spin down the right. And then keep doing that, but put your hands on your hips. And you can really feel how your hip bones are moving around in space. So maybe you can feel where you're really good at it and where you need to put in a little more effort to become more full, become more round, like the moon. And then switch the direction. Now you're inhaling up the right, exhale down the left. And then come to stillness. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Feel yourself plugged in. oriented all around the bony landmarks of your pelvis. And then interlock your fingers in front of you. Flip your palms to the sky, all the way over your head. And we'll start to make those circular movements with the whole torso now. So you can draw a clockwise circle on the ceiling with your palms. And now let your ribs get involved. It's like you're unsticking your rib bones from one another, letting them slosh around. You draw that watery nature up from your pelvis into your torso. And then again, switch direction. Good, and then come back to center, take a big breath in. And then exhale, release your hands to your lap. You can close your eyes, pause and feel. It's something I feel that I'm not doing enough of, but need to do more. Pause and feel. Slow down. All right, and then blink your eyes open. We'll come onto your back. If you do have a block, or even the pillow or rolled up blanket, you can put it between your thighs. It'll be helpful for this next few moments. Stack your heels right under your knees, your hands next to your torso, or really next to your hips. And then root down through the back of your arm bones, the back of your armpits. So your shoulders almost have roots now. And then press into your feet and roll up your spine, lift your hips. Good, for this one, we'll hold the pose, but breathe. So you're feeling around into it. Feeling around into it with your breath, noticing where the weight is in your feet, where the weight is across your upper back, where your gaze is. Good, one more breath. And slowly roll down your spine. And then we'll make it a little wave. So as you inhale, roll up, reach your arms all the way overhead. And then exhale, wave it back down. Inhale, roll it up. And exhale, wave it back down, articulating through each vertebrae, especially the lower back, lumbar spine. 3 more on your own. Move nice and slow so you can feel yourself unfurl in each direction. You feel yourself get full, and you feel yourself get empty. You allow the tide to come in, you allow the tide to go out. And that's the game we're playing right now, is allowing in the world right now. All right, we'll add on Uddiyana Kriya. I'll talk you through the first few. So inhale, back up, arms overhead. And keep your arms overhead this whole time. They're going to stay back here with your fingernails, the backs of your palms on the ground. Take another full breath in. And then exhale it through your mouth. All the breath out. Hold the breath out. Scoop your belly in and up like a suction cup or a hook under your ribs. And then slowly roll back down while holding your breath out, your low belly in and up, all the way down. And then soften. And breathe in. And breathe out. Do that twice more. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale through your mouth.
Hold it out, scoop your belly, squeeze your block, roll it out. Soften your belly, then breathe in. And then breathe out. And once more, such a nice thing to do in the morning, firing it up. Inhale all the way up. Exhale through your mouth. Scoop your belly, squeeze your block, hold it out. Roll it back out. And then soften, breathe in. And out. And release your arms, move anything you had between your legs. Hug your knees into your belly. And a gentle rock forward and back. And we'll meet in a ragdoll at the top of your mat. We'll take it nice and easy to start. Bend your knees a lot. So you begin to coax the back of your legs open. Feel free to sway left and right. And put your hands on the ground, just right under your shoulders, and start to rock forward and back from your feet. So you rock into the heel and you rock into the ball. And you can keep the whole foot on the ground the whole time. You're just shifting weights. So you're playing with time. Your foot is symbolic of the moment. Your arch is the present moment, and the ball of your foot is the future, and your heel is the past. Your heel is your brakes. When you need to take a break, you put on the brakes. And the ball of your foot's your gas pedal for when you need to kick your butt. And you can rock between the two, and the more you rock between the two, you can find your arch and find your middle and your moment, which is now. Keep rocking. Might be really small now, the distance you're traveling from front to back. Feel how that's affecting the back of your leg. Maybe you feel how it's affecting your low back or your neck. They're all connected. And then come to stillness. Find that even spread across your feet from the pinky pad to the inner heel and the big toe mound to the outer heel. And then get really heavy through your arms and legs and roll up your spine. Inhale your arms to the sky, look up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale to lengthen. Find a back bend like a cow pose. And exhale, fold, be heavy. Again, slowly roll up your spine, articulating each vertebrae all the way to the top, arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Again, heaviness as you roll up. Sweep your arms up at the top. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, dive it forward. Inhale to lengthen. And plant your hands and step it back to plank pose. We'll hold here in our plank pose for a few breaths and find all of the weights and shift it so that we're in the middle. So first with your hands, stack your shoulders right over your palms, right over your wrists, and feel the weight from your pointer finger mound to your outer heel of your hand, and the pinky finger mound to the inner heel. So you have a cross reference in your hands. And then same on your legs. Feel the weight from your big toe mound all the way out through the right outer hip, left outer hip, and from your pinky toe mound up through your inner thighs. So your whole leg is helping you. And keep that work. Big toe mounds to outer hips, pinky mounds to inner thighs. One more breath. And lower it all the way to the ground. And inhale, peel it forward. Cobra, pull yourself up. Maybe it's a little higher than we started. And then exhale, lower it down. Twice more. And then plant your hands, tuck your toes, press yourself to hands and knees, and then back to down dog. Lead with your sit bones. And then this is a pose that we can really become embodied. We can really divide our awareness up into tiny little pieces and send it into every part of your body. So from your back of your knee, as you bend the knee forward, you can dig down into the balls of your feet, reach backward through your heels. Rather than down, reach backward. And then from the back of your knee, reach up through your sit bones, up through your hip creases. And then from your armpit, you reach down into the pads of your fingers. And from your armpit, you reach up through your sit bones, through your hip creases. And then lengthen your neck, the crown of your head toward your thumbs. And feel your whole body involved. And notice what's the hardest. That's the part we need to work on. Rather than avoid, go in. And get through. All right, on your inhale, rise to your tippy toes, round yourself forward into a plank pose. And then exhale, lift your hips up and back, down dog. Do that twice more. Wave it forward. Exhale, lift it up and back. And once more, wave it forward. Exhale, hips up and back. And take a full breath in. And a full breath out. And then lunge your right foot forward. Lower your left knee to the ground. And untuck your toes. Widen your hands left and right. Look forward. And then exhale, shift your hips back and fold. And we'll wave through that a few times, passing through forward and back. One more. And then step into your right foot. Tuck your left toes and step your left foot up to meet your right foot. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. This time, rise to stand. Arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Interlock your fingers. Open your palms wide, Garuda Mudra, and reach up and over to the left. So this mudra is not just helpful to side bend and open up across our collarbones, but it is a powerful way to ignite your fire, your will, your passion. And come back to center. Switch the thumb on top and reach up and over to the other side. And back to center, big breath in. Exhale, let it go, fold in half. Inhale to lengthen. And then plant your hands, step it back to plank pose. And holding here and finding those cross-reference points to become a little bit more engaged in the whole body. From your pointer finger mounds to your outer heel of your hand. From your pinky mound to the thumb side inner heel of your hand. Can you root all those 4 points down at the same time? And then from your big toe mounds to your outer hips, widen. And from your pinky toe mounds to your inner thighs, widen. One more breath. And then this time lower your knees, your chest and your chin to the mat. Hug your elbows back, widen your collarbone, put your chin on the mat. You soften the back of the neck. And then right from here, you're gonna press to down dog. So your booty will lead the way, all the way up and back. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Then rise to your tippy toes, wave it forward into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Widen your collarbones, tack your elbows back. And then right from here, back to down dog. So you activate your triceps to help you. Full inhale. Full exhale. And once more, wave it forward. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Widen your collarbones. Keep tapping your elbows back as you press back to down dog. And settle in here from the back of your knee, down through the balls of your feet, out through your heels. From the back of your knee, up through your hip creases. From your armpit, down through your finger pads. From your armpit, up through your hip creases, up through your sit bones. And lengthen your neck. Give yourself a neck. And then lunge your left foot forward. Lower your right knee down. Widen your hands left and right to 10 and 2. Untuck your right toes. Look forward. Take a breath. And then exhale, shift it back. And keep that going forward and back. And lunge your left foot forward, step your right foot up to meet it, fold in half. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Big breath, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And this time, interlock your fingers, reach your palms to the sky. Reach up and over to the left. And back to center. Over to the right, and back to center, and keep that going a few times, just opening up the side line of your body, that side seam of your skin. And then come back to center, take a big breath in, reach up, and then sweep up your arms behind you, interlock your fingers. Bend your knees, reach your heart up, your lungs up, like your lungs could become parallel to your ceiling. Pop them open. And then keep bending your knees more, sit your hips back and start to drape yourself right over your thighs. Make contact, as much contact as you can. Relax your head and neck. Punch your fist toward the ceiling. Maybe you do a little twisty, straighten one leg and then the other, and just feel the opening. And then come to stillness. Gently release your hands to the ground. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, plank pose. Root down from pointer mound to outer heel, pinky mound to inner heel. Reach your heart forward. From big toe mounds to outer hips, pinky toe mounds to inner thighs. Lift your navel up. Whole body engaged, embodied. And then lower your knees, your chest, and your chin to the mat. This time, pull yourself through to cobra pose as high as you'd like to go. And then press it back to child's pose. Wrap your arms around your legs. So we're going to weave a bunch of that stuff together into a variation of a moon salutation. So we start here in this encapsulated seed, encapsulated potential, the fullness ready to unfold. And then on your inhale, roll up your spine, reach your arms to the sky, and look up to your hands. And as you exhale, bow it forward. Then on your inhale, bring your chest and chin to the mat for knees, chest, chin, and pull yourself all the way through to cobra. And then exhale, come back to down dog. Take a full breath in, and a full breath out. And then lunge your right foot forward, lower your left knee down, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Take one full breath in. And then exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot up to meet your right foot. Inhale, rise to stand, arms up. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale to lengthen. And then plant your hands and step your right foot back. Lower your knee, untuck your toes, rise up, unfold from your hip crease. And then plant your hands, step it back to down dog. And from your down dog, look to your thumbs. Lower your knees, your chest, and your chin to the mat. Pull yourself through to cobra and back to child's pose. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. And then roll up your spine, arms to the sky. Exhale, bow it forward. Inhale through, knees, chest, chin, all the way to cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then lunge your left foot forward. Lower your right knee down, rise up. Exhale, plant your hands, step it forward. Inhale, rise to stand. So that encapsulated potential becomes actualized. The full moon, the full plant, fold in half as you exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Step your left foot back, lower your knee. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, plant your hands, down dog. Knees, chest, chin, all the way to cobra. Exhale, back to child's pose. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. From your seed, roll up, grow a sprout. Exhale, bow it forward. Inhale, knees, chest, chin. All the way to cobra, maybe upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Inhale your right leg forward, left knee down, rise up. You keep growing, keep filling. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot up to meet your right. And then you embody, reach all the way up to the sky, arms up. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, lengthen. Step your right foot back, lower your knee. Unfold. Exhale, plant your hands, down dog. Knees, chest, chin to the mat, all the way to cobra. And then back to child's pose, back to the seed. The cycle repeats over and over again till the end of time. Full inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, roll it up, arms to the sky. Exhale, bow. Knees, chest, chin, cobra, upward facing, your choice. Exhale, downward facing. Lunge your left foot forward, right knee down. Unfold, unfurl. Exhale, plant your hands, right foot forward. Inhale, rise up, arms to the sky, fullness. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, lengthen. Step your left foot back, lower your knee, open up. Exhale, plant your hands, down dog. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Back to child's pose, emptiness, a pause. Full inhale. Full exhale. Once more, each side, roll it up, arms to the sky. Exhale, bow it forward. Get lost in the wave, all the way through your back bend, and back to down dog. Right foot forward, left knee down, open it up. Plant your hands, step your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, rise up, be full. Exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, lengthen. Step your right foot back, knee down, unfold. Exhale, plant your hands, down dog. Knees, chest, chin to cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Last time, full breath in. Full breath out. Roll up your spine, arms to the sky. Exhale, bow. Knees, chest, chin, cobra, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left foot forward, right knee down, open up. Exhale, plant your hands, step forward. Inhale, rise up, be full. Then exhale, fold. Let it go. You know you'll be full again. Inhale, lengthen. Step your left foot back, knee down. Open it up. Plant your hands, down dog. Knees, chest, chin to cobra. And back to your child's pose. Take a few breaths in your child's pose. Then we put forth efforts. We light the fire. And then we find stillness so that we can receive. Pause and feel. Notice and wonder. And walk your hands back in front of you. Come up into tabletop. And then from your tabletop, you're going to keep your hips stacked right over your knees. And then start to walk your hands forward. But keep your legs really sturdy. Maybe your chin or your chest or your forehead can reach the ground. I'm going to stay on my fingertips so I can really keep my armpits buoyant and find the back bend in my upper back rather than really dumping into the low back. Can you breathe forward into the front of your lungs? You can imagine that if you turned this shape 90 degrees, you'd be in a chair pose. And you feel that fire here. Maybe hug your inner legs toward one another, your inner ankles toward one another. And then walk your hands back in. And come back to a plank pose. And then back to a downward facing dog. And pretty much the same pose here too. Really plug your arm bones in. Breathe into the front of your lungs. Make them full. And then look forward, and you can step or float your feet to your hands. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Big breath, rise all the way up. And exhale your hands to your heart. And reach your arms to the sky. Grab your opposite elbows overhead. Settle your head into the frame of your arms. You can keep your feet hips width distance for this. So again, you can divide your awareness up into tiny little pieces, like you are cloning yourself and sending every one of you through your body. So starting with your armpit, feel from your armpit you lift up through your elbows. And then from your armpit, start to drop down through your seat. So you're lowering into a chair pose, but by way of your armpit dropping down into your seat. So you really feel that you're moving in two directions. From your armpit up through your elbows, and from your armpit down through your seat. And when you've gotten as much as you can out of that, put your awareness in the back of your knee. Obviously you keep the knee bent, but push down into your feet. And then from the back of the knee, reach backward through your seat. So your armpit reaches down to your seat, the back of your knee reaches backward through your seat. Breathe into the front of your lungs, 2 more breaths. And then let that go. Fold in half. Inhale to lengthen. And then step your left foot back. And stay high on the ball of your left foot. Right knee at 90. And plant your right hand right inside your right foot. So the pinky edge touches the inner foot. Connect your shin with your arm, your knee with your shoulder, and bring your left hand to your sacrum. Look forward. Open up the front of your lungs. And then start to use your right knee to help you turn your torso. So it's balancing. Maybe you reach your left arm straight up to the sky. Bump your left hip over to the left as you dig your right knee into the shoulder to twist. And reach your left hand to the ground. You're going to walk your hands to the long edge of your mat. Turn all your toes to the long edge of your mat. And then bend just your left knee. Keep your feet on the ground so you're in skater pose. Walk your right hand over in front of your left foot. Put your left hand on your sacrum. And feel the levelness. For me, I have to lift my right butt up to get my hips level. And that takes work and effort. And you find that effort, and then bring your lungs through and forward as you twist. Your hands can stay on your sacrum. It can come to your right hip crease. And then release your twist. You can bend your left knee all the way for Skandasana. I like to put a block under my right knee so I keep it honest. I know it's reaching up. I know my toes are reaching up. And I'm externally rotated through that right leg. And then that gives me a little more length through the torso, space for the lungs and all the organs. And then from here, we're going to dig into both heels. So you squeeze your heels together, come to goddess pose. Woo, spicy. And you can bring your hands to your thighs, reach your chest forward, your lungs forward. Take a breath in, and then drop your left shoulder down. Look over your right. And then inhale, come back up, lift your chest up. And then drop your right shoulder down, look over the left. And once more each side. And come back to center. Keep your legs strong in your goddess pose. Reach your arms up like you're holding the moon on the back of your shoulders.
And then bring your hands to your hips, straighten your legs, turn your toes in. Inhale to lengthen, look up. And then exhale, fold right at your hip crease. Bend your knees as much as you need. Prasarita, Padottanasana. We'll be here once more, so take a variation that you like this first time. Maybe hands on the ground, or grab your big toes or grab your ankles. And even here, if you like, you can rock a little forward and back in your feet so you feel your past, you feel your present, you feel your future. You take a break, you kick your butt. That's life. And find the middle. Lift up through the back of your sit bones, back of your thighs. And then walk your hands back to the top of the mat. Step yourself back to a plank pose. We'll find side plank on your left hand. And if you'd like, you can step your right foot behind your left thigh and open it up to into a little wild thing. And then come back to your downward facing dog. Breathe into the front of your lungs. Bring your heart forward, your gaze forward as you reach your sit bones up and back. And then look forward and step or float your feet up. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Big breath, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And again, reach up through your arms, grab your elbows, grab your opposite elbow, and settle your head into the frame. And then from your armpit, reach up through your elbows. And at the same time as you're doing that, from your armpit, reach down through your seat. So you start to lower into chair as you lift your elbows up. And keep that going. Armpit out through your elbows, armpit down through your sit bones, and then from your back of your knee, down into your feet. And from the back of your knee, back through your seat. Back of the knee, down through your feet. Back of the knee, back through your seat. Armpits up through your elbows, armpits down through your seat. One more breath. And then body to chair. And then fold in half. Inhale, lengthen. And step your right foot back. Good long lunge. 90 degrees with the left leg. High on the ball of the right foot. And then plant your left hand inside of your left foot. Find all that beautiful contact. The thigh and the chest and torso. Arm and leg, knee and shoulder, foot and hand. Bring your right hand to your sacrum. Look forward, bring your lungs forward. And then use your left knee to help you turn. Keep bringing your right hip over to its own side, so your hips stay level. Opening up through the front of your lungs, like you could find a back bend as you twist. And then release your right hand down. Walk your hands back to the long edge of your mat. And you'll bend your right knee. Walk your left hand in front of your right foot. It doesn't have to be right in front. It can be like a foot in front. And bring your right hand to your sacrum. And then feel what needs to be adjusted. Lift your left hip up as you root down through the left foot. Keep lifting your left hip up as you bring your lungs through and forward into your twist. So you find the back bend and then the twist. And you keep fighting to level your hips so the back bend can get higher up your spine. And one more breath. And release your hands. Lower all the way into Skandasana. Bend your right knee. Feel free to slide something under your left knee or just really fight to keep your left leg a little bit bent so every muscle around the leg's working, not just the front slamming out the back. And then dig your heels toward one another, especially that left heel as you rise to goddess. And put your hands back on your thighs. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop your right shoulder, maybe even your right ear. And then inhale, lift up. Lungs up. Exhale, left shoulder, left ear. One more each side. And then come back to center. This time, take your hands all the way to your hip creases so the heels of your hands get right on the top part of your thigh. Keep your arms straight and push down so you get a little traction. And then take a few breaths up. Feel your breath rise up into the top of your lungs, the front of your lungs, right under your collarbones and throat. And one more breath. And then straighten your legs. Turn your toes in. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, bend your knees, hinge at your hip crease. If you'd like to take a different variation, go for it. Maybe that involves interlocking your hands behind your back, yoga mudra. And gently release your hands to the ground. Walk your hands back to your left foot. Turn to the top of your mat there. Step back to plank. And then side plank on your right. Reach your left arm up. Stay here, opening up that whole side seam, or make it a back bend, wild thing. Step your left foot behind your right. And then come back to plank pose and back to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in your down dog here from your armpits, two directions to finger pads and sit bones, and from the backs of your knees to your sit bones and the balls of your feet. Out through your heels. And then from there, just lunge your right foot forward. And you're going to take your left knee and slide it behind your right heel for Ardha Matsyendrasana. And this is a pose that you could also sit up on a blanket or pillow or block, so you have a nicer back bend coming from your low back into your upper back. And so your right leg is forward. We're going to start without our arms, so interlock your fingers, reach your arms up overhead. Take a full breath in, and then exhale, twist to the right with the strength of your core. All your back muscles, root down into the whole right foot, that'll help you. So if your right foot is too close to your left hip, you won't have that. If you bring it right by the knee, you can use it. Okay, when you can't twist anymore, bend your elbows like a cactus. And then you can hook your left arm over your leg, right arm behind your back. Grow tall. And come back to center. I'm going to keep your legs crossed and come forward into a tabletop. So your right leg is in front of your left leg. Widen your feet so you make a triangle with your knees and your toenails. And then shift the weight forward so you're on your right knee. And then start to stir your hips just a few times in a clockwise direction. Just reconnecting with that watery nature in our pelvic bowl. Sloshing it around, oxygenating, freshening up. And then come to stillness. You're gonna walk your hands up your legs. So you're standing with your crisscross legs. And really put that weight in the right knee and squeeze your left knee into the back of your right knee. Reach your arms up to the sky into a wide V with the front of your lungs up between your hands. Release your hands to the ground. Uncross your knees. Come back to down dog. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. And then lunge your left foot forward. And slide your right knee behind for Ardha Matsyendrasana on this side. And then starting with our internal levers, hook your thumb, reach your arms up over your head, pull it apart, take a breath in, and then exhale, twist to the left. You keep twisting and breathing, root through your left foot, down through your right thigh. When you can't twist anymore, cactus your arms so you can get a little bit deeper. And then find your deepest twist with your external levers, your limbs to help you. And can you keep rooting down through the whole left foot? And then unwind yourself. Shift forward with your left leg in front for your crisscross tabletop. And then really put the weight forward into the left knee. So your left leg is at a 90-degree with the ground. And then with that weight there, start to spin your hips counterclockwise. And then come to stillness. Walk your hands back up your thighs. Pour the weight down through the whole left shin and hug your right leg forward into that. And then reach your arms up into that wide V, lift the front of your lungs up. And breathe up, breathe full. And gently let that go. Uncross your legs. You can bring your legs through. Maybe you sit on that blanket or pillow. Widen through your sit bones. So this blanket can help your pelvis tilt forward as you fold into Paschimottanasana. Relax your head. Maybe that block or book or your water bottle can go under your forehead. And now breathe into the fullness of your back, your shell. Feel the breath traveling up your spine and laterally into your kidneys, into your ribs, or back of your lungs, the back of your heart. And as you fold in on yourself here, turning inward, maybe you set an intention for your day. You've already started it off so beautifully, so mindfully. Maybe you intend something for your day.
And as you're ready, you can roll up your spine and roll all the way down on your back for Shavasana. Once you get down there, set yourself up in a comfortable position so that you can really find some ease and grace. And perhaps if you set an intention, you put it in the cave of your heart. And take a full deep breath in and hold your breath in and feel that fullness, holding your intention deep inside of your heart. And on your exhale, let it go. Let yourself be soft and easy, balancing our effort with grace. Sukha and Sthira. Take a nice deep breath in. Full breath out. Return to conscious control of your breath in and out through your nose. And of course, if you'd like to stay in Shavasana longer, please feel free to. But if you need to go about your day, you can come back with me. Feel your body inflated and full, soft and empty. And put your feet on the ground and feel them for a moment, plugged in, rooted. Your tenacious roots, your determined will to be here. And as you're ready, you can come up to a good seat, perhaps the way we sat earlier on in class. With a long, tall spine with its curves. And close your eyes, bring your hands to your heart, and take a moment for gratitude. Feel it for yourself, your body, your breath, your mind, your spirit. Send that gratitude down into every cell. And we'll share it with each other and with the world through the sound Om. Take a full breath in. Thank you for sharing yourself, your space and time. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining this morning. I hope you have a wonderful day. Just one announcement. On Saturday, April 25th, I'll be having a workshop from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern that is aligned with the Chinese medicine theory of spring and the wood element. We'll be doing yoga, pranayama, and journaling and learning. So I hope to see you there and see you soon. Namaste.